Sophomore year, I went to Ecuador on a service trip, and it wasn't so much towards the speaking part of it, it was more to get service and get the culture and learn. And I learned a lot. I didn't so much get better at Spanish. We worked on it a little bit, but not as much because we were with a bunch of English speakers and we were with them all the time. But the benefit of that one was it really helped, like, you understood a culture you would never see before, and I'll never really get the opportunity to see again, if that makes sense. And you just went up in Ecuador, you went up to the mountains, and we were in this tiny town where it was just like these people in the middle of the mountain on their little civilization. And they had like all these weird Aztec traditions that they still did, and it was really cute. They the little kids all did a sun dance at one point, an Aztec sun dance, yes. And then we helped build like bathrooms for them, and we worked on their school and we painted a mural for them, and it was really cute. And then they had like this big celebration for us, and we got really close with the people there because we were working for them, and then they would like play soccer with us after, and we really got to know them. And then afterwards, we went down back into Quito, which is the capital, and we stayed there. We looked around for a while just to get the feel of it. And then we went to the Amazon rainforest, and we camped in the Amazon rainforest. Like 3 days there, it was so cool, everything's huge. And then we whitewater rafted on this tributary of the Amazon, and then we flew to the Galapagos Islands. That was so awesome, it's my favorite place ever. But we we were just right next to the beach, we went surfing, we walked up to these places where you could see everything. You saw what Darwin saw, everything's named after him, 60 species of plants are called just the Darwin fern or whatever. And we walked around the rim of a volcano, literally an active volcano. We were just walking around the rim and you could look at it. It was so cool. And then afterwards we flew back, and then that was the end. But as a summation, it wasn't really a Spanish learning for the language, it was more for the culture. Now, the trip I went on last year, which is something I heard about from Katie Upton. Wow, that took me a second. She went on it and she loved it. But I went to a different town. I went to a really tiny town in Spain called Conil. And this was a Spanish immersion trip. I stayed with this little family, and they only knew Spanish, so it's you gotta swim or whatever. So I had to learn, I had to speak, which was really nice because it forces you to really work on it. You have to go to the bathroom, you have to ask where the bathroom is in Spanish. You can't eat fish, you have to tell them you can't eat fish. It's too much food, which happens a lot. You have to tell them it's too much food. And so when you are in that environment where you have to learn, that's a really powerful way to learn Spanish. I know that you can ask Senor Bouchard, but last year I was in regular Spanish. I was medium at it, and then I moved up this year to CC Spanish because my Spanish got so much better in just 30 days. And so just a brief idea of what it's like. We go on all these trips around Spain. It's not like you're just in one town. We didn't go to Barcelona or Madrid or any of the big ones because we tried to stay in more of the little culture-y things that you wouldn't see. We went to Sevilla, which is a big town. That's where Angela is from, actually, the girl in class. And it's got these beautiful buildings and all this history, especially after taking AP Euro. I don't know if you guys know that, but you literally see all these things that you just learned about. And then we went to Gibraltar, which is, this is a picture before we got to Gibraltar, but at one point in Spain, you can this isn't in Gibraltar, but you can see Africa because it's divided by this tiny strait. And this is Morocco right here, and we're in Spain. And then once Gibraltar is this city that's actually an English city in the middle of Spain. They still have just one city. It's a giant rock, really. And so we went and we visited there, and then we went other places around Spain. We got a chance to bullfight with this tiny bull or whatever, little things so that we understood the culture. But the main part, we were in Conil, which is right on the beach. It's literally a 3-minute walk away from the beach. And so just to give you an idea of what a day looked like, on a school day, we woke up at 9, we went to school, and we had to learn for about 4 hours. You were literally in Spanish class with a Spanish teacher teaching you Spanish. And then you went home, and they have this, their like biggest meal is lunch. So you ate with your family, they all come home from work, that's the whole siesta idea. And then you sleep, which is really nice. And then you go back out, you have some free time before you have activities, and then you sign up for the activity you want to do, which that sounds a little like day camp or whatever, but it's not. Like, I took soccer, and I was with, like, learning soccer from a professional soccer player. Yeah, there are pictures of it. And he, like, played professionally for a Spanish soccer team, which soccer's their big thing, which I'm sure you're aware of. They won, like, the 3rd time I was there when that happened. It was scary. But, let's see if I can find it, which one it is. That's the beach. It's so beautiful. This is us visiting. Oh, and I took cooking too, and it's just this like big Spanish woman who cooks all this food, and you like take a part in it. She's like having you chop potatoes, and she's yelling stuff to you in Spanish. It's fun. And this is soccer. That's our soccer coach. And it was mainly girls who played it, which like that seems weird, but they got all the Spanish guys, which was a nice plus, to come in and play soccer with you, and they're all really good. Like, I think they must have like a mandatory camp or something for people in Spain to go learn soccer when they're like 3 years old or something, because every single one of them was good. It was scary, but they all played with you, like they let you think you're good. So that's nice. And then we surfed. There was a surfing clinic. I didn't take it, but you could surf as well if you weren't in it. And there's also a painting class, which I don't think we have a picture of. But like all the things were with professionals, and so you like were with a professional in their field in Spain learning. And then another opportunity we had was there was a Alzheimer's home, and so I went in and I did service hours while there in like a Spanish Alzheimer's home, which was. It was a really interesting experience, both from the Spanish side and from the service side. And what else was I going to say? Oh, and then on weekends, you had to you stayed with your family mainly. You didn't have school or anything like that or activities, but you go, and that's when your family has time to take you to the beach or whatever. And the thing about this program is this town is so small and so safe that they give you a lot of freedom, which is nice because you can really see the town from your own perspective and talk to them and walk around and have the opportunities to see things that you wouldn't if you had such a rigid schedule. And their schedule's really weird. Everyone's up at night and stuff, till 12. The nightlife gets started at 10. Because they have they sleep during the middle of the day and then they go back to work for a little and then they all go out at night. It's interesting. Oh, and these are just some of the places that we saw. It was so beautiful there. And they had little presentations at night. And I know the other town where Katie went, Cadiz, is bigger. It's more like St. Louis sort of. This town you walk everywhere, and if you get lost, you just have to walk for an extra 15 minutes and you come out somewhere you know. Which I liked personally because I have no sense of direction, and so you just walk around and then you see oh, we're in the Spanish super Spanish Maraca section of Spain right now, and then of this town, and then you come out on the other side and you're like, oh, I know where I am now. There's a fountain or whatever. But in Cadiz, if you're looking for a bigger environment, it's got public transportation and you have to get on the bus and stuff. But it's different, but at the same time, it's got a lot of other stuff. Just depending on
what are these two programs called?
Summer Fuel, and the other one was called the Road Less Traveled, where I went on. And there's a program brochure and posters all over the wall, and this is the website. I can send it to you if you want, if you're interested. It's really awesome.